Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and welcome to the Court of the EDI Jester. I hope you're all well. Let's talk about planes. I don't like planes. I don't like flying. I don't like travelling. Going from the toilet to the bedroom bothers me, right? Okay? It's just me, be me. However, we have news from the Telegraph in the continuing and somewhat brilliant saga of the death of EDI, as I'm starting to call it, because it's just all such cobblers. Just refused to go, After the win with the critical social justice stuff, not CSJ, CRT, critical race theory. After the win that it's now protected in the employment tribunal, that you can tell people that want you to go on, whiteness flogging or whatever they call it. How to self-harm your whiteness out of you, all that rubbish, right? Okay, so nonsense. Okay, the employment tribunal said no, we're not having any of that. That's got to stop. Of course, the belief is protected. You don't have to do that. Good. So employers can stop doing it now because they're going to get the ass sued off them if they don't. So we need lots of people to come forward and sue their employer. I wonder whether there's anybody in the world of planes that could possibly do that for us. So this is a before I finish and you take flight. Let's talk about planes, okay? To be specific, air traffic control, okay? Air traffic control. Now, I have a particular vision of air traffic control, which is tainted by a film called Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Right? Some of you may remember that. It was a Spielbergian film, an epic from about 1977. It's actually a really good film, to be fair. Close Encounters. And it opens with this guy, sat there in the air traffic control centre with your whatever it is, these things that they have, the screens or whatever. And he's got an earpiece on and he's saying, Flight 4859, do you want to report a UFO? Over. Flight 459, do you want to report a UFO? Over. I don't even think it's air traffic control. I just think it's the Air Force. But either way, that's how I see it in my mind ever since I was a child, because I've never seen it anywhere else, right? So we've got air traffic control here. So they've been told to abandon woke diversity schemes and focus on the job. Just dealing with that title for a moment. All right, let's put together the inference of that title. Air traffic control have been told they should focus on the job. Are you for real? Are you for real? So let me get this absolutely straight. These highly trained, highly skilled people who are essentially playing three-dimensional chess with tons of gasoline-filled metal aren't focusing on the job. Somebody tell me that's not true. If you get on a plane, think twice. Think twice. How did the plane crash? Oh, Mr. Smith was busy slapping himself about bollocks because he's too white. That's just the headline. They're not really? God, can you think of people you need focused? Back of the neck with a gun focused. Are you paying attention? You have my absolute attention. You do. You have it. MPs demand air traffic controller spends more time dealing with passenger service and safety and less pontificating about identity politics. Another unused word there. This is in an article from Ewan Somerville on the 30th of September. Britain's beleaguered air traffic control service have been told to get its head out of the clouds and abandon its woke diversity agenda. The National Air Traffic Service, or as it's known, brackets, NATS, close brackets, which is half owned by the public, and manages planes flying in UK airspace, have sparked outcry in recent weeks over system shutdowns and staff shortages, which have left hundreds of thousands of passengers stranded. But the Telegraph can reveal that the organisation is running a suite of woke schemes. It is what I said before, isn't it? It's Nero fiddling while Rome burns. These schemes include unconscious bias training, which was debunked. What the hell are they doing? The people still putting people on that rubbish. Scrapped by the civil service for its lack of evidence. Its ties with Stonewall and is backing an organisation that so it's tied to Stonewall and it's backing an organisation that endorses the idea of white privilege. So the air traffic control folks have gone completely. It's all Fruit Loop, innit? They've all gone Fruit Loop, innit? Where's my pencil? They've all gone a bit. Ah, dear. Flight number 459. Do you want to report some CRT? Over. They'll have queer planes. They'll be flying upside down. They're all mad. MPs have reacted with anger and demanded the incompetent body get its priorities straight. Leading the diversity drive is Martin Rolfe, the Nats' 1.4 million a year chief executive. For the love of God! It's half owned by the company and the guy's on 1.4 million. What the hell is going on? Who has rejected demands from airlines to resign. I bet he has. I'm going to sit here and take my 1.4 million until you prize me out my seat, right? Stick a missile up my backside and send me to Venus. Or, more appropriately, Uranus. Leading Martin Rolfe. Is there a picture of him? Have we got? Oh, yeah, we have. Oh, God. Right, okay. He said in March that diversity inclusion is the right thing to do. Oh, F off. Right thing to do, and admitted we've spent a lot of time over the last year really working on our diversity and inclusion agenda. Fire him! Stop messing about. Mr. Rolfe said a key priority had been recruiting in a diverse way. They are insane. That's equity. He's practicing equity. He's practicing murderous equity, including efforts around how we review CVs, how we review candidates. You've got a staff crisis, you idiot. And the people that should be concentrating are too busy worrying about whether they're white to do their job. That's what this is saying. And you're going, we've got to concentrate on our diversity. Just stop it. I want the people that are at the top of their game playing this, chess in the sky. I don't. Just stop it. How we look at things in a way that isn't unconsciously biased to what we've seen before. What the hell is he talking about? As a result, the latest graduate intake to Nats has been 58% female. Well, that's interesting. How has he achieved that 58% figure? If that's 58% female because people that come for the job were the best people for the job regardless of their sex, I'm on board. Got me doubts. And it has partnered with a youth organisation named Fantasy Wings to give more black, Asian and minority ethnic young people a platform to enter and excel in the aviation industry. How does that work exactly, I want to know? How does that work exactly? Or do they get fast-tracked because of the colour of their skin? Or are you providing an opportunity for everybody to do that? You equity-driving, 1.4 million, Chablis-quaffing, £200 cheese board, champagne socialist. But critics claim the strategy has backfired as sickness among nearly a third of staff. Oh, God. Right, what we're seeing here is the destruction of a profession by equity, driven by the person who's being paid to run the damn thing. This Mr. Rolfe, right? Meanwhile, Nats is signed up with Stonewall. At the same time, as we've seen on August the 28th, the collapse of the Nats system saw more than 2,000 flights cancelled. This is what happens. This is what happens when it's the incompetence of equity, the incompetence of leftist ideologies within organisations. Why aren't they firing him? So he signed up to Stonewall, right? The contentious charity that believes male-born trans women are women, and the service was given a bronze LGBTQ plus inclusive employer award by the group this year in 2021, this year, and in 2021. He's chasing the prize. What an idiot. Katie Foster, Nat's head of people services, revealed that the organisation made its first submission to Stonewall's divisive workplace index last year and allowed the charity to assess 8 areas of employment policy in October last year, including gender identity and menopause. Really? In October last year, Nat subsequently revealed its new internal menopause policy without mentioning the word woman. Equity. The public sector equality duty specifically says that if you're a public sector organisation, this is 50% of public sector organisations, it doesn't matter if you're 0.5%, right? It says that you must promote equality of opportunity, which means you can't promote equality of outcome, which is equity. Who is the body that's supposed to be policing that? And if it doesn't exist, Rishi, set it up. I'll run it for you, right? All I need is 25 minutes with the head of each of these organisations, a Zoom connection or a Teams connection, and the power to tell them what they're going to do. That's all you've got to do. You want a nice little EDI dictator, I'm sat here waiting, I can go full-on dictator on their ass. Equity, see? This is what happens. Air traffic control, how dangerous can it get? What's the nuclear folk up to? Can you imagine? Who's going to push the button? No, we've got a black person and a gay person. They are absolutely deranged. And, if Labour gets in, you can expect to see a lot more of this, because it is literally what they're going to do. Starmer. Anyway, keep going. That's enough for today, innit? About air traffic control being totally incompetent. Have a nice flight. Come fly with me. Come fly away.